It is finished. Enoch walkers were lifted up at 7:33 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, January 10th at 7:33 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, 2023, it is finished. God said it. We believe it. God said, prepare the way for the King of Kings and Lord of Lords to come and rapture his bride off the face of the earth. He said it. We believe it. He said it is finished. He said to command his hand, you will lift us up. He said, ye know the day and the hour because ye are my friends. He said it and we believe it. We believe everything he says, hook, line, and sinker. We act when he says act. We declare when he says declare. And we've been declaring since 2013, 2 services a day. At the times he tells us that he will lift us up. I took a 2-year break to work out some offense that I had with God, but I still kept posting videos, but I stopped doing the 2 services a day. And I will never do that again, but it was necessary for me for my personal growth. But this is what we're doing. It is finished. We choose to walk in faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. We choose to walk in love. If you love me, you obey me. And we choose to walk in faith, love, and obedience. And if you claim to be a Christ follower, if you identify as a Christ follower, then you do what he says. My sheep hear my voice and they know me. And most of the people don't know what he's saying because they don't know his voice, because they don't spend time with him, because he's speaking. You just haven't fine-tuned your ear. You don't understand because you have to get to know someone. And you give up after 5 minutes. You're like, oh, he's not talking. I'm done. So that's an admonition. We walk in faith, obedience, love, power, authority, resiliency, miracles, signs, and wonders, unity, and humility. We reject pity, poverty, and pride. We reject an orphan spirit. We reject a spirit of victimization. We're not victims of our circumstances. We're not victims of God, ourselves, Satan, other people. No. Unless you want to make yourself a victim and side with Satan, because that's what serving self is, serving Satan. You either serve God or Satan. That's it. And self is Satan. Okay, so we walk in faith, obedience, love, power, authority, resiliency, miracle, sign, and wonder. We reject pity, poverty, pride, orphan spirit, victimization. Instead, we embrace the spirit of sonship by which we cry, Abba, Father, because we are all sons and daughters of the Most High God. So we embrace that spirit of sonship. And we cry, Abba, Papa, help me, help me, help me. Help me with my sin. Help me to please you. Oh, Ras, and this is how we live, circumspectly. Walking in the Spirit, pleasing him to the best of our ability. We walk in generosity of our time, our energy, our money, and our resources. We do not walk with a stingy, greedy spirit. But we also aren't fools. We don't just give stuff away flippantly. We act when God says act. We move when God says move. Oh, rasondra shindriya rabrosandra kiria shondra kiria ramo. Oh, rasondra shindriya rabros. Jesus is coming. I'm going to be doing a video later. And I'm going to be, we're doing a 12 days in the new year of prophetic words that God is telling us to tell the church. He said, Judy, if you wake up here in 2023, you're doing 2 things and 2 things only. You are warning and you are calling down judgment. And this is all to the church. You're warning the church and you're calling down my judgment. That's it, 2 things. And so he's been using Stevie to do that. And so for the next 3 days, the last 3 days of our 12 days of judgment, kind of like the 12 days of Christmas, but for the church, I'm going to be doing the next 3 days. But Stevie will tag team, just like I tag team with her. And Tana's very busy. She is doing her assignment. We've all been given assignments behind the scenes. And her assignment is, if you don't see her around, she is busy as a bee, working and clearing out her house so that God can update it and remodel it. And she's in her obedience walk. So she should be around, but if you don't see her as much, and if she doesn't do services at her channel, it's only because she is working her butt off to do exactly what he says. Because sometimes when God tells us to obey, he doesn't give us very much time because of whatever. She's obeying him. He has a time limit for her on getting her spring cleaning done in the winter. Okay? So, we are preparing the way. Lana, Tana, Stevie, and myself, we are so honored to be able to do this as a gift to our king and then as a gift to the bride, so that you have a time frame. Once we translate, the worldwide rapture is days away, no more than a week. There will be other translations for his purposes. I don't know more, but ours is the translation that prepares the way for the other ones and for God. Okay? And then no more than a week later, well, I don't know how many days, he said days, no more than a week, the final worldwide rapture will occur, where all the children, 18 and under with the exception of some teenagers who knew better, and all of the animals with the exception of some cattle that he's leaving behind for his purpose, will be taken. And on the 5th day, and then there'll be a 3-day wedding, and then there'll be 3 days of spiritual darkness on the earth. And on the 4th day, the comebacks. Many of us are comebacks. We come back to work the greatest harvest the world has ever seen. And on that day that we come back, there will be fire and brimstone. We'll be warning people. It'll be worldwide. And it won't be a huge killing event. It'll just be like a warm-up to the nukes that are going to kill and be only specific to Babylon, which is the USA. And all the other nations are going to watch in horror as on the 5th day after the worldwide rapture, after the marriage supper of the Lamb, America is destroyed in 1 hour by nuclear war. And who did it? The satanic elites from all the nations. It wasn't Russia, it wasn't China, it was all the nations, the same ones that did 9/11. And guess what? The nukes are already there. They've been there since he told the 10-year-old prophet in 2013. They're in key cities all across America, and they will go off simultaneously, and America will be destroyed in 1 hour and will never rise again, and all of its inhabitants will die. And the ones that went underground will die. They will just die a slow death. So, it's better that you were above ground. If you try to save yourself, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose. And all these preppers that are telling you how to survive nuclear fallout is a freaking joke, because no one will. And you don't want to do what they're doing, because you want to die instantly, because you don't want to die slowly, watching your hair fall out. Watching... Oh, people. Oh, rasondara shindria ramosandara ki. Oh, rasondara shindria. Oh, forgive your church, Lord. I stand in the gap and intercede for your church. And I feel like he's saying, I will forgive them, Judy, but they have hell to pay for their disobedience. Come on, guys. Don't be one of those people that has hell to pay for your disobedience. You're not going to hell, because most of you are going to repent. But guess who's going in the rapture? A bunch of really sweet people, like Mama Rose, guess who's getting left behind? A bunch of really sweet people that knew better and had time frames. And a lot of people still have time to get that crown back, but a lot of people don't. Because you've already given. I'm telling you, the measuring rod for every person is different. And I'll be preaching more. I gotta go. Marty, say goodbye. Say bye. Okay, I love you. We'll see you at the next video. I gotta let Marty do a poo-poos. Then I gotta get in, take a shower. I've been wanting to collapse ever since I got to my final destination, because you guys know that drive and all my challenges. Because when I first started driving, I was in perfect health in 2019. I could run marathons after I drove 1,000 miles, but this has cost me everything. I'm on 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 in my 4th year of being homeless, but with a room and a roof according to my obedience. And I have paid heavily in my health, in my looks, and in my, what was the third thing, Stevie? It cost me my health, my looks, and a home. This is what God required of me. I'm exhausted. But I'm good. I'm happy. I'd rather have his presence than have... And when I say it cost me my health, I'm in good health. I'm just a shell of what I was, because I haven't been able to keep all the disciplines that I had, because God refocused me. I can't do 90 minutes a day of incredible power yoga in a studio and then go to work and have a routine and a schedule. I'm on God's yo-yo, and it kicks my ass. It just really does. So I have good health. I have good enough health to do what he tells me to do. Okay. But I've paid a price in my body. God required everything of me to go home. And some of you, he's requiring things and you're not giving it. And you need to, because you're going to get left behind. That's all I'm going to say. I'll be preaching on that in a little bit. Bye-bye.